Hello and welcome back to iPhone Coding. Today we're going to continue off from our second part to defining variables. And in the last tutorial I actually said that today we're going to get to outputting some characters, which we will, and functions, but we'll leave the functions for a later tutorial. And we're going to continue on with the variables. So let's just do the challenge first, because I usually like to do the challenge first. So I'm just going to do it with you guys quickly. And you should have done it like this. Instead of actually recoding everything, I'm just going to quickly copy and paste. And here we will get the same results that you should have gotten if you did the four outputs, which were addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So it should be like this. So we want to declare the 8 variables that we will be storing our 8 numbers in, and we want to make sure that we separate our results. So we're going to call our results different names. This way we can recognize which answer we are outputting to the screen. Sorry, result 4. Notice how in the variable declaration I'm putting result capital 4, and that's because when you're writing variables with 2 words, you usually want to capitalize the second word and third word and any other appending words, and that's just a typical coding convention you'll see in a lot of programmers' code. So you should get used to it. And result 4. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're going to copy it as well. 2, 3, 4. Now we're just going to change the numbers to those variables. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what we're going to do with these numbers is change them up a bit. Let's say 2, let's say 10, let's say 8, let's say 6, let's say 12, let's say 20. You could have used any numbers, by the way. So just in case your numbers don't match mine, don't get worried. It doesn't really matter. And what we need to do is we need to store the result of 3 more computations into the result of our remaining 3 variables that we are yet to fill. And that's result 2, result 3, and result 4. So let's do that by copying this line and pasting it 1, 2, 3 times. And now we want to change the end of the variable names so they can match the variables we declared above. And here you go. Now, if you notice, there's something that I'm leaving out, and I'm going to do that in a second, and that is changing the operations that we're performing on these variables. 5, 6, and 7, and 8. And what we're going to do is plus, minus, times, and divide. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to print the 4 strings. Oh, you know what? I actually don't even know if I told you in the last tutorial that this is the multiplication symbol and this is the division symbol, just in case you didn't know. Sorry. But hopefully you did some research and found it out on your own. So we're going to copy and paste the displays of our results, and we're going to print 4 different strings. And the sum of our 2 numbers, no, okay. We're going to say the 2 numbers subtracted is %d result 2. Here we're going to say result 1. result 3, result 4. Do you notice how it works in patterns? And here we're going to say the two numbers multiplied are equal, actually. Change it to equal. And here we're going to say the two numbers divided equals numbers divided equals. Okay, now normally when I'm working with integers in a main function, I like to declare a data type of int before the main function, and I'm going to get to that before we get into programming functions, but for now just follow as I do. And that is saying int main, and we're just saying that the main function basically returns an integer, and we're going to say return 0, and we declare this to show that the program is actually running correctly and the debugger has exited with status 0, which basically means that the program has exited with 0 errors. And you'll see that later on in the program. So later on in our tutorials. So now we just want to compile that. And then we want to click ./a.out to compile and execute, to execute our program. And there's the output. The sum of the two numbers is 10, the two numbers subtracted is -8, the two numbers multiplied equal 48, and the two numbers divided equals 0. And you can try this all out on a calculator and you will get the same results. But for now, that's basically what I wanted to show you today, how quickly programs can be extended and how you can follow simple patterns to basically create more extensive programs without thinking a lot. So for today, this is all, and I'm going to post another tutorial in about 5 minutes that will be pertaining to the next subject, which is accepting input from the user's keyboard and displaying that input that the user has input, and performing some computations with their input, and we'll take it from there. So in that tutorial, we'll get to printing characters and the strings and other stuff as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.